What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. And man, this is an interesting topic that we're going to talk about today. Y'all know this is a football show. We talk football things, but man, we are also into sports media. So this is what we do. Today, we're going to talk about the whole Ryan Clark, RG3 debacle. And if just because RG3 has a first of all, beautiful family, by the way, has a white wife, is he allowed to speak on black issues? This seems to be an issue that if someone's in an interracial couple, that they cannot speak on issues pertaining to their culture. So I'm going to play RG3's response. We're going to read what Ryan Clark had to say, and then we're going to read the comment section. And my special guest today, which I have to introduce you all to, he's one of my best friends. It's Time Out with ARRIK podcast. Before you dislike, tell me my show sucks, man, go to the description of this video and hit subscribe to his channel. The link is gonna be right there in the description of this video. But man, let's get into it. ARRIK, man, you ready to jump into this, man?
Absolutely. It's been a long time coming.
Man, it's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. Let's go. Boom. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. And guys, I will be pausing. Excuse the quality. I don't want the YouTube machine to take and ding me. But hey, there's some important stuff to talk about here. So let's get into it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy RG3, and I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys because there's been a lot of buzz, a lot of conversations about my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, which was purely based in basketball. But I think all of you know there's a line in life that you just simply don't cross. Wives and children are always off limits, and Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, and that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport.
Hey, pause it real quick. It seems that ever since the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, people are just snapping at each other. Hollywood is falling apart. Everybody who wants smoke with everybody. Let me go ahead and play.
I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. But Ryan, you crossed the line, man.
Cross the line.
Personal and some. I really believe there should be no space.
Wait, what did he say? You made it personal on what?
And then some.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
And some.
Okay.
I really believe there should be no space in sports media for personal attacks. I've said it before. But certainly personal attacks against wife and children have always been off limits. Ryan, you attack me and my family in a public forum on a level that shows just how low of a human being you are. You can disagree with me all you want. Challenge my takes. But keep my family and my wife out of it.
Oh, Will Smith style. Keep my wife's name. I don't want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Boundary that should always be respected, man. Always. Ryan Clark personally attacking me and my family because he disagreed with my sports opinion is a bad look for ESPN. It's cowardly. It's spineless. It's weak. Ryan Clark personally attacking me and my family.
Okay, Dr. Umar.
Disagreed with my sports opinion. It's a bad look for him as a man. I hope you get the help you need, brother.
All right. So before we read what Mr. Ryan Clark has to say, we have it on the screen. I'll read it out. What are your thoughts so far, ARRIK?
So far, I mean, I get that there's personal beef and people are entitled to their own opinion. But when we have media and Hollywood people doing personal attacks, what are y'all going to do? Sue each other? RG3 is not going to see Ryan Clark walking down ESPN hallways and do anything other than, hey, man, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, look, we're both in our mid-30s, right? Remember how it was like we used to look at Jim Rome like, man, that guy is negative, man. And in reality, he was just being super critical of players.
Exactly.
Now, sports media is taking on it's taking on a three-headed monster where people love drama. And I'd be lying if I said it wasn't entertaining. You know what I mean? The stuff is just entertaining. Shannon Sharp has something new coming out every over the week, it seems like. Stephen A. Smith, you know, he has his ways. Skip Bayless has his ways of doing stuff. It seems like the higher up you go, the more shady things take and get, you know. And Hollywood is just fake people too, and there's people trying to crawl their way up and really fighting for spot number two. As, Stephen A. Smith is pretty much running things. But hey, let's read what Ryan Clark has to take and say. Bruh, you know what it is with me and you. I saved you the entire season on Monday Night Football. I urge people to let you be you. No matter how corny, how bad a teammate you were, I had your back. What did you do? Question mark. Invite someone on your show you know I don't fool with to ask questions about me, and then hit me weeks later to tell me you're going to challenge one of my takes. You're a phony, bro. One of the worst teammates I ever had, both on field and in TV. You got to do what you got to do. I didn't attack your wife. I spoke on what you do on social media and TV. Like I said, I met your wife. She seems like a lovely lady, and that was worth more than the color of her skin. You be good, bruh. Then we'll read the comments here in a second because the comments is pretty wild, man. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and then Eric, I'll let you go. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody should be going after anybody's wife, but there seems to be a reoccurring issue in culture and in media that you can't speak on another culture. You just can't speak on another culture because only that people from that culture can speak on that. And I think anybody can speak on whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're really being genuine and the person knows that you care. I think these lines get crossed when people are coming from a point of malice, like this group of people does XYZ or 1 2 3. Look at them, and lumping all people that could get kind of dangerous, right? Um, but I've had times where I've said something. My wife's black, for those that don't know, and people, oh, Doug, you can't speak on that because of this. Well, why not? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not coming from a place of malice. I'm just talking from my viewpoints and how I've seen certain things, right? And that's what any culture. My wife could say stuff about white people, and wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Or Puerto Rican people, and I wouldn't care. Those are my two cultures, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't care. So there seems to be a thing that with RG3, because his wife is white, that all of a sudden he can't speak about black families. Well, he grew up with two black parents, right? He is also a black man himself. And though he's not a black family, they're a mixed family. Very beautiful family, by the way. He just can't speak on any black issues because he hates black women because he's an interracial couple. I think as society, we got to get to a point. Do we want progress or we want to go back 30 years? This is driving me crazy. Eric, man, what's your thoughts on
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I'm actually right there on par with you. So what you're saying, in layman's terms is because he married a white lady, which, like you said, is a beautiful family, and they seem to be very complimentary of each other in that marriage, which is the epitome of what we're looking at, especially in society when we're seeing divorce rates are so high.
Mm-hmm.
But to sit here and say because he married a white lady, this cheapens RG3 in a way. This makes him less black as a black man in America. Like it shouldn't, but there's a lot of people out there that would say it would. And we're looking at a situation because we also don't want to forget what this scenario is really about. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark's supposed rivalry in the WNBA. So, as we're looking at the play, Angel Reese pushes Caitlin Clark's teammate. Caitlin Clark looks at the ref like, hey, you're not going to call the foul. She then reaches over and smacks Angel Reese. Now, whether you want to call it a flop or a foul, either way, it was a foul. Caitlin Clark was afforded a flagrant foul for the foul. Angel Reese fell to the ground, stood up, and charged after her. Now you've gotten to the point where RG3 and Ryan Clark are going back and forth about whether it's a rivalry, whether they really hate each other in real life. What you're looking at is culturally, there's a lot of confusion going on. You are my brethren who is half Puerto Rican, half white, but you can speak to a lifestyle of many proportions. You and I have similarities, you and I have differences. Of course, I'm an African American man in America. but there's still going to be a lot of similarities and a lot of learning opportunities that I think as a society we leapfrog over. And then, like you said, backtrack over 30 years and hold on to something that's not real.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're trying to be more progressive in every other way except for in this aspect when it comes to cultural.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts, bro. No, solid point, man. And look, like I lived in Japan for 6 years, Okinawa to be exact. Shout out to all my Oki bums out there, man. I could speak to a lot of things in Japan. I lived out there, right? You know, I can't tell you what it's like in the day in the life of an Okinawan man or Japanese man. I can't tell you what it's like, you know what I mean? But I could talk to certain things. So I don't know. We just have these things where people are just finding new ways to separate stuff. Look, it's no secret. Ryan Clark is oftentimes coming from a more I'm not necessarily a bad thing all the time, you know, as a registered independent, you know, but Ryan Clark does come from a more liberal point of view, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas RG3, he speaks a little more openly, you know what I mean, kind of thing, where it could be probably more appreciated by conservatives and other group, or maybe even liberals too. I don't know. I don't want to get caught in the weeds of a political conversation. Now, as far as the play goes, man, it comes off to me that look, they're just two great competitors. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark is the face of the league. That's just, and some people hate to see a straight white woman to just be crushing it the way she is. She
Mm-hmm.
is the best player in that league. Some people have that issue. You see somebody who's white who's crushing it, it crushes them in their spirit. You know, just like look again, I'm in my mid-30s. I had the pleasure of seeing a quarterback by the name of Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, and for some people to see a black quarterback balling, going to NFC championships and participating, playing in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they had the players like the Aaron Brooks who were just kind of like they were like mid-range guys, but like Donovan McNabb was playing on a high level. Michael Vick's playing on a high level, right? And they were both great players, fantastic players, right? And you know, I remember seeing that, but also hearing people like, "Oh man, he can't." Like people are frustrated that a black guy was crushing it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think now it's interesting that people are frustrated that a white woman is crushing it. And there's tons of dope black players. My whole thing is we can all celebrate each other, and we don't always have to look at all these differences. You know what I mean? Point
Mm-hmm.
it. Not everything is about race. Now there are people who will make it about race, and there are people who are racist, who I'm sure are a very tiny percentage who are rooting for Caitlin Clark. Yes, she represents us. Yeah. But there's people like, man, you know, I'm a little white girl who's 7 years old who lives in Minnesota, and man, I like basketball too. I didn't know there's too many girls who look like me who's, you know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
like if young
Who are
black girl,
talented. Yeah.
exactly. If someone who's black sees an astronaut, man, that could be me. Wow, they see themselves in it. So again, yes, race is connected to that, but not in like a malicious way. It's just like, hey, they look like that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same reason why Eminem blew up the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest rapper in the world, right? You know, most rap fans are white, but when the biggest rapper now becomes white, it's like, whoa, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's not a
You
yeah,
can't have the good without the evil, quote unquote. If we're looking at, tipping the scale in the balance, I'm not saying that there is a good guy or bad guy or good girl or bad girl in this scenario, but we do have to look at it as a purist. I mean, that's one thing that you and I pride ourselves on is we're looking at the sports for its purity. What in the sport can we appreciate, no matter who exhibit A or exhibit B is? We're
yeah,
looking at the sport, how the game is played. Angel Reese, good rebounder, can
mhm.
work on her game a little bit. Caitlin Clark, face of the league, and it could be up for debate, but she plays a more exciting brand of basketball.
Female Steph Curry, man.
So, I mean, that's the
Yeah,
comparison that everyone has.
yeah,
So, as a league who is trying to become profitable and probably will be one day,
yeah,
they have to figure out how to make this league something that somebody wants to watch.
yeah,
So it's in the dark ages right now. It's just now getting some kind of popularity. They're just now finding stars that they can cling on to. Now, for someone like me who has watched the WNBA since the very beginning, shout out to Cynthia Cooper, like I am very aware of females being good at basketball, but the casual fan is just now in 2025, 2024 becoming aware, oh, they actually play good basketball over there. This might be interesting to watch. You know, the league is finally getting those endorsements that they should have had a while ago to kind of facilitate the league and make it better.
Mm,
So it's
yeah,
relatively new and we're trying to figure it out in live time, you know?
yeah,
So there's going to be villains, there's going to be made up storylines and well, what's the scandal over here? What's the drama over here? And
yeah.
then what I don't want the world to forget is that good basketball is being played. That is the
Mm,
focus.
like
Don't
that.
fall for the, oh, so and so was the youngest player to ever snip their nail on a Tuesday. Like, so and so is actually working hard, putting hours of time
Yeah.
into their trade, into their profession to get the respect on a global level that we have already seen the NBA become.
Love it. And that's all the more reason why y'all gotta subscribe to Time Out with Eric. And all the more reason why I put in the description of this video, subscribe to my dog's channel. Eric, thank you so much for dropping some gems on us here. Before we finish off the episode, you guys comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate not only to his channel, my channel as well too. But let's read some comments here. So guys, please stop. My wife has argued that sports talk shows are basically reality TV. And if she sees this, it will ruin my defense. Touche. That sounds like something my wife would say, actually. ESPN, fire Ryan Clark. There's no room for racism in sports. Ooh, shots fired. They got a lot of retweets,
I
actually.
bet.
Let me see here. Make sure they say nothing crazy. I don't get in trouble. YouTube. Why do you hate white people so much? uh, let me see here. Why don't you and RG3 pick up the phone and that's what I'm talking about. Grown
Yeah.
man stuff. Pick
Yeah.
up the phone and discuss this in private like men rather than acting like two emotional schoolgirls over social media for the world to see. This is embarrassing and unbecoming of men. Corey J. Carter, man, shout out to you. You'd get a high five from me. I bet. Oh, let's read the comments. Not your housewife by Reg. Oh gosh. No, because RG3 remarks were public, constantly disrespecting a black woman, and you want the conversation to be behind closed doors. Why? Okay, so I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Just because someone critiques Angel Reese, that does not mean they hate black women. I think people need to stop being so dang emotional.
Mm-hmm.
She's worthy of the critique. Let me remind you, she got a mold of her kitten. I'll let your mind wonder.
Meow.
Wow. Posted for social media. The dress is very skimpy, but then says, stop sexualizing me. Oh no. My best Kevin Hart impression. Plays
That's pretty
victim.
good.
Plays victim. So yes, she is worthy of that. She's in the public eye. You put yourself in that situation. She's worthy of that. And guess what? Well, you say because she's black. No. Again, if Caitlin Clark was acting a fool, I'd be destroying her too.
Mm-hmm.
So just because somebody acts like a fool, and I'm not loyal to like, oh, I'm gonna stand up for my people, but some people are doing that and they're gonna go down in stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody who is white is my friend. Not everybody who is Puerto Rican is my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But there's look again, here's an observation. Some black folks are, I'm sticking up for everybody black. Okay, there's good and bad of everybody, and that's what people forget.
Yeah.
There's good and bad of everybody. So I don't think just because you're black, you got to stick up for everybody black, because not everybody who's black is a great person, just like not everybody who is white is a great person.
Yeah. I mean, there's no monolith, you know?
Thank you. Yeah, nobody's monolithic, man.
Mm-mm.
Not Indian people, not Chinese people, not Pakistani people, not Palestinians, not Jewish people, white, black, Puerto Rican, Samoan. Dude, I met some people are Pacific Islander who love country music.
Yeah.
There's black people who vote Republicans, black people who vote liberal. I don't know. This comment is just crazy to me. No, because oh my gosh. And then he comes back, and look us getting into beef, man. This is interesting. Or reading on this. RG3 said that Angel hates Caitlyn. Okay, it's clear she does. So plenty of players hate each other. My question is, why is this immediately seen as an attack on Angel's blackness rather than just making an observation about her as a competitor? Is she above reproach? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Is she above reproach?
Mm-hmm.
RG3 didn't say or infer anything to do with race. Ryan was the one to make it racial. I agree. And unnecessarily, I am astounded by how many people cannot see this and are making RG3 out to be some nefarious, malicious character, and I don't even like him.
So I have certain questions. Would you say Ryan Clark is an intelligent individual?
Yeah, I think he's a really smart guy.
Right.
I
So
legit do. I think he's a smart dude. I like some of his content, man. He has a pretty cool show. You know what I mean? The Pivot.
yeah.
He does some dope stuff. I like Ryan. Ryan, if you're watching this, I like your stuff, man. Same with RG3. I like them both. They're two different styled guys. And maybe this is really who Ryan Clark is. Maybe he has, some corporate dude say, hey man, you got to say this to stir up this. We got to get ratings up, man. You're being too in the middle. We got to, who knows? Who knows? I don't know Ryan Clark personally. Go ahead, Eric.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. There are higher ups at not HEB, freaking ESPN, whose jobs are to invoke emotions of who is watching. So if they see ratings dropping, yeah, it's not a hot take that we need. We need a bomb. We need something that you can throw out there and make everyone in the masses go up in arms about. Oh no, that's my favorite player. You can't talk about them. Oh, that's not the way the game is played. And left, right, select, up, down. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you react. They're trying to make you make shorts. They're trying to make you get online and state your opinion, because that is how you start up the notoriety of the league. The rivalry of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is pretty much what has made people watch the WNBA for the last 2 years. And in doing so, they have discovered the talent of these women.
Yeah.
Shout out to Asia Wilson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our episode tonight. Comment below, let us know what you feel. Hopefully Eric and I were able to kind of talk about both sides, but really bring additional light that a lot of people are not. We talked not only his opinion, my opinion, but also what people in the comment section had to say too. We saw a little back and forth as well too, as I see scrolling down here. But you guys, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, support the channel. Also, my special guest today, my road dog, one of my best friends, Time Out with ARRIK podcast. He has a really dope show. It's just getting off the ground. He has some really cool content. And it's not just football. It's not just college football. He talks NBA as well too. So go ahead, give him a check out. We'll see you guys next time. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Have a wonderful, blessed, harmonious day. Peace. Thank you for watching another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.